Hello again. Welcome to John and Lisa's Jazz Joint. We're taking our second look at Duke Ellington. You might recall we did an earlier one with an a cappella effort called In My Solitude. Today we're taking a look at his background and some of his earlier pieces of music. He was born in Washington, D.C. in 1899, which makes it kind of convenient because anytime you want to know how old he was, you just simply add uh, 1 year to whatever year it is. So we will see that, let's say, a piece written in 1930, he would have been 31 years old. Anyway, as a young fellow, he had a head start because both of his parents were pianists. His mom liked to play in social gatherings, honky tonks, and that sort of thing. And his father was more serious minded and liked to play in chapels and that more serious music. But however, by the age of 7, they had him taking lessons, piano lessons, and it turns out that he was more interested in baseball. The president of the day, Teddy Roosevelt, used to ride by on his horse and watch the colored boys playing baseball, and this stood out in Duke Ellington's mind. Speaking of Duke Ellington, why Duke? Well, it just seemed that his mother wanted him to be in the company of um, socialite ladies, and so she was very keen on him getting good manners. And as a result, his friends noticed that he was a little bit different in terms of his behavior and manner. So one of them nicknamed him Duke, and that stayed with him as a matter of royalty for the rest of his career. He became Duke Ellington, although his actual name was Edward Ellington. So as he moved along in time, the pool halls were more disreputable places than not. But musicians used to go into pool halls and entertain, and so at the age of 14 or so, you found Duke sneaking into the pool halls to listen to pianists that were traveling through Washington, people like Fats Waller, for example. And this really stoked the fires of his ambition. This made him decide he wanted to get better at the piano. And so he started to take his lessons more seriously. At the age of 15, he got a job. Well, before that, he used to go to the Washington Senators baseball games and sell peanuts. So that was one of his jobs, one of his early jobs that connected baseball and his love of the game. But at the age of 15, he started to work in what was called a soda fountain as a soda fountain jerk. In other words, he made the drinks that we would probably call slushies today, but in that day, they were just soda fountain drinks. And interestingly enough, that at the age of 15, he wrote his first composition, which is called Soda Fountain Jerk. And it was a sort of soda fountain rag. I have a copy of that song, but I haven't got myself to the point yet where I'm playing it. So what happens then at the age of 15, he has composed his first piece of music, but he's only doing it by ear because he doesn't know how to read music. And this idea of um, becoming better at music means that he had to, at some point, learn how to read and to write music, particularly if he wanted to be a composer. But with Soda Fountain Rag, he had his first tune, and what was
Mama.
interesting about it, he could play it at any tempo. He did not have to, because it wasn't written down, it was just in his head. He could do it as a foxtrot, as a waltz, as a tango, any kind of beat that he would like. And so, what we have happening here is Duke had to come to a crossroads because he was equally talented in art. He had a scholarship to go to an art school. And at 17, he decided no, he was going to continue in music. So he didn't take advantage of his art scholarship. However, it would be a source of revenue for him because what happened is that during the daytime he would paint signs and do things that his art training had given him, and then at nighttime he would play music in the different venues, the different parties. And there were lots of parties in Washington, you know, being the capital of the country. There were lots of embassies and social occasions. And so he found himself playing in mixed company, which was rather unusual, you know, being a black man. Um, you would think that maybe the opportunities were limited, but because of his manner, I suppose, being somewhat sophisticated and um, a kind of royalty, if you like, he was in demand, and so he got a lot of experience playing in the Washington circuit. Now, what happened next is he was part of a band in 1917, which would be at the age of 18. He formed the Duke Serenaders, and at their first gig, they earned 75 cents. It was not the 75 cents that we know today. It was 75 cents with a lot more meaning to it. So, playing private society balls and embassy parties, he found that maybe it was time to move on, and so without any further ado, he moved to New York. We're going to take a break now in his career and do one of the songs from 1930, which would place him at the age of 31. This is a song called I'm So in Love with You. And I hope you like it. It's really a very beautiful song. Come out of my dreams, come in to my arms, for I'm so in love with you. You're with me till dawn, but then you are gone. I'm lonely the whole day through. Each night I pray that with the sunrise I'm looking into your eyes. Come out of my dreams, come into my arms, for I'm so in love with you. I'm so in love with you, Duke Ellington, 1930. Well, picking up our story, he moves to New York City, and a similar pattern arrives. He has to, this time he's hustling, in the daytime, he's hustling pool in the pool halls, earning money playing pool, and at night he's playing parties in the house parties. But by 1923, he gets a gig in an exclusive club in Harlem, New York, and then it's followed by a 4 year gig at the Hollywood Club. So in 1924, he would go ahead to make 8 records. Remember that 78s were very popular then. And in 1925, at the age of 26, he did 4 songs for an all African American review called Chocolate Kitties. So by 1924, he had taken over leadership and his arrangements had given the band a unique sound, something quite different. We're going to end now with one more song for this from the next year, 1931, called Mood Indigo. And it's kind of interesting, the title. I don't know that we truly understand why he did it, but in line with his sophistication, instead of saying a blue mood, he says mood indigo, which is a shade of blue. And so it's rather striking that he would pick that title. Poetry. So without further ado, Mood Indigo. You ain't been blue. No, no, no. You ain't been blue till you had that mood indigo. That feeling goes stealing down to my shoes while I sit inside, go down blue. Always get that mood indigo since my baby said goodbye in the evening when lights are low. I'm so lonesome I could cry, 'cause there's nobody who cares about me. I'm just a soul who's bluer than blue can be. When I get that mood indigo, I could lay me down and die. So Mood Indigo, Duke Ellington wraps up our second look at jazz royalty. From Lisa and John, look to see you next time. Take care. Bye now. Bye.